Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to dive into one of the most ambitious scientific quests ever, period. The mission to create a full, dynamic map of the human brain.
And hey, that's not just me being poetic. The official report that kicked this whole thing off frames it exactly like that. Not as some boring research project, but as this grand journey of exploration into our own inner space.
So check out this number, 100 billion. That's the staggering, almost unimaginable number of neurons, nerve cells, that are firing and talking to each other inside your head right now.
How in the world does this crazy dance of electrical and chemical signals, how does that become us? How does it become a memory or a decision or a feeling? This is the fundamental question right at the heart of the Brain Initiative.
Okay, so let's really get into it. Because before you can even begin to understand the mission, you've got to appreciate just how big this mystery really is.
You know, this is the thing that lets a ballerina perform an incredible dance, or a carpenter build something with perfect precision. It's where we keep our most precious memories. But when its delicate circuits go wrong, the consequences, they can be absolutely devastating.
You know, a huge reason we have such a hard time treating things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or severe depression is that we're flying blind. We fundamentally lack a detailed, functional map of the brain. We're basically trying to fix the most complicated engine in the universe, but we don't even have the complete blueprint.
So you've got this enormous, grand challenge, right? The response from the US government was to launch a project that was, honestly, on the same scale as a moonshot.
And if you look at the full name, it tells you the whole story. Brain research through advancing innovative neurotechnologies. The key wasn't just to go exploring. The real insight was that we had to invent completely new tools first.
And this is where the plan gets really smart. It's a two-step approach. They knew you couldn't just sail off to explore a new world without first building better ships and better compasses. So for the first 5 years, it was all about one thing: technology development, building the gear. And only then, once they had this revolutionary new toolkit, did they shift focus to actually using it to make those huge discoveries.
All right, so what does building the toolkit actually look like? Well, the whole thing is really built around three main goals. Three huge, groundbreaking goals. Okay, first things first, you need a parts list. I mean, it makes sense, right? Scientists are going through and identifying every single type of cell in the brain, and we're not just talking about the neurons, the ones that do the firing, but also all the support cells, the glia, which are super important. It's like a mechanic has to know every single part of an engine to fix it. Same idea here. Right, so you've got your parts list. What's next? You gotta have the wiring diagram. This part is all about tracing the insane number of connections between all those cells. It's figuring out how they all link up to form the circuits that, right this second, are letting you understand what I'm saying. And this is the coolest part, in my opinion. It's the ultimate payoff for building the toolkit. We're going from a static, black and white blueprint to watching the full-color movie. The goal here is to create technology that lets us see thousands, maybe even millions of neurons firing in real time. Imagine actually watching a thought form, or seeing a memory get pulled up from the archives. And look, don't underestimate what a huge leap this is. The tools they're building are a total game changer. I mean, we're going from listening in on one single cell to recording thousands at once. We're going from a blurry, static picture to a high-def movie of the brain in action. It's a quantum leap. Seriously. Okay, so we're building this amazing, futuristic toolkit. It's a massive undertaking. But what's the point? Why should we care? What's the real human payoff here?
Well, for medicine, it's huge. The implications are absolutely staggering. If we can understand what a healthy brain circuit looks like, we can finally figure out exactly where the wiring goes wrong in diseases like Parkinson's or epilepsy. And that just blows the doors wide open for new ways to diagnose things and for super targeted therapies. Think about something like deep brain stimulation. That's where doctors can use tiny electrodes to fix faulty signals in a very specific broken circuit. This initiative will make that kind of precision possible for so many more conditions.
But it's not just about fixing what's broken. The impact goes way, way beyond medicine. This research could finally unlock the secrets of our own minds. Like, how do the circuits in our hippocampus actually build a new memory? How does our frontal lobe let us plan and dream about the future? I mean, this is the path to understanding the physical basis of consciousness itself. It's that big.
And that's a really key point. This whole initiative, it's not the finish line. It's the starting gun for a whole new era in neuroscience.
Yeah, one of the foundational ideas of the Brain Initiative is that everything is open source. All the tools, all the tech, all the data. It gets shared with scientists everywhere. The idea is to create a rising tide that lifts all boats, to just speed up brain research across the board for everybody.
So, where does that leave us? This whole journey into our own inner world brings up a pretty deep final question. For basically all of human history, the brain has just been this black box, right? A total mystery. But as we get the tools to read its code, to map its wiring, and maybe one day even write to it, how is that going to change how we see ourselves? How is it going to change what it means to be human?